And we're back with part 2 of week 3 in Alsace, France. Again, my favorite week. Or weeks. Both weeks are my favorite.
Back the other way now.
Here was my epiphany that for the life of me I couldn't figure out what this fold needed based on the gameplay. And my notebook button, the N button, finally worked! And my notebook opened. I knew I wasn't crazy, so notating all that stuff down is actually very helpful because it helped me get the correct answer. So definitely utilize that. I wish I had gotten it to work earlier or tried a little bit harder, but yes, definitely helpful. Alright, here's where I think I went crazy because here I'm uploading that photo, deleting an old photo, and now it's showing that my photo album is empty, but I should still have the photo of the cat, which no one saw the photo of the cat, but you all watched me take the photo of the cat. I told you to in the last video. And surprise, it's gone, and guess what? When we go back out on a walk later on towards the end of the week, that cat ain't gonna be there. So we got screwed out of like 10 popularity points.
Right, let's start again. What do you reckon?
I'm game. Could be fun. What do you want to know?
How about how you came to ride horses, for starters?
I've been riding horses since I was so high. I was lucky to be adopted by a Dutch champion, and proud of it I am too. He taught me everything he knew, and on my 15th birthday, the old stick said, "You're on your own now." But I still had the feeling I needed to stretch myself to the limit. My foster daddy believed in me, and I wanted to become better than him. He had heard about an amazing teacher who could push me further. That's how I ended up doing special training at a US academy. The teacher's name was Wendy Summers, a village idiot and no mistake. She spent all her time banging on about communicating with your horse, understanding its needs, bonding on 4 legs, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. She was as dull as dishwater, and I soon realised I had zilch to learn from her.
But communication with your horse is invaluable.
The only thing a horse needs to know is who's boss. The rest is claptrap. If I've won so many competitions, it's because my horse obeys and I know when to pull out the sugar.
With that mentality, I'd say there's something essential missing between you and your horse.
Quaint idea. If it ever helps me win something, I'll get back to you.
What were you doing at the US Academy if you're so against instruction?
Do you think I've got all day to chinwag? I'll talk to you some other time. I've got better things to do with my time than skipping down memory lane.
I'm not sure I want to hear her story all the way through. So, are you ready to tell me the rest of your story?
Yeah, though it doesn't make me proud.
What do you mean?
Like I already said, horse riding was a vocation that came late in life. It doesn't mean I wasn't crazy about horses when I was small. I've often heard say that horses are man's greatest conquest. And it's true when you're a kid. Horses are really impressive. So big and so strong. My father often had horses to take care of, and I loved going with him out to the farms to watch them running in the meadows or resting in the stables. I didn't think about riding horses. Just the fact of watching them or feeding them was enough to fill my heart with joy. That's all that counted. It was a magical time in my life. My mum, dad, and me, we were very happy. It was around the age of 14 that everything went haywire.
What happened?
The businessman, who stripped my dad of half his wealth, opened a factory in Vancouver. The factory started pumping chemical pollutants into the river, killing the fish. My father had no idea who the factory belonged to, but was very active in the campaign to shut it down. He organized demonstrations and petitions. The media picked up on the campaign, and soon everyone was talking about it. What had to be, had to be. The Barcelona businessman discovered my dad was trying to close the factory and decided to make him pay 100-fold.
What did the man do to your father?
I prefer not to talk about it for now. It's pretty painful, remembering all that stuff. I hope you understand.
Of course. I don't want to force you, but if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm ready to listen.
That's sweet of you. Thanks.
come back to find out about the party? Okay, I'll tell you. The club nights I organised were open to everyone, and sometimes troublemakers slipped in among the real party people. That night, a gang of hard men turned up with their twitchy frontman, Mikhail. They had it in for MC Man and came to pick a fight. Mikhail reckoned MC had winked at his girlfriend, signing autographs on the way in. He stormed out, shouting his head off, then came back with his gang. He started heckling and taunting MC. Everybody stopped dancing and everything went quiet. You could feel the tension mount.
And then?
I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I wasn't having any of it. I went and stood up to Mikhail, looking him straight in the eye and said, "This is a party. You have stopped the music. You could have been proud, MC Melon winked to your girlfriend, but instead, you want to ruin everything for everybody. So go on, fight the band, but first you'd have to deal with everybody here. And believe you me, there are several hundred people in this room least impressed by your song and dance, so it might take you some time. Alternatively, you could take a seat, have something to drink, chill out to the music and, if you're good, we'll forget all about this little incident. What do you say?"
And what did he do?
He shut up for a moment, then sat down, and the party picked up where it left off.
You could have been a diplomat.
At the end of the night, MC Mellon came over and thanked me. He invited me to stay at his country house. Those days were the most memorable days of my short existence.
Tell me about them.
Let's save something for later, okay?
Come back for some more? Admit it, my career fascinates you.
You're still at the academy. I wouldn't call that a career.
Yes, but it's all mapped out for me, see? Soon I'll be a huge champion, mark my words.
Whatever. So, the US Academy? What about it?
Like I said, terrible. Wasn't even worth the plane ticket. I returned to Holland ever so disappointed and asked Foster Daddy if he had any better plans. Then he had the bright idea to send me to another academy.
The Alsace Academy?
No, I went via the Cherry Tree Academy in China first.
Wow, you trained at the Cherry Tree? That's meant to be the best. They've never been beaten.
Because they don't always compete. And when they don't compete, Alsace sweeps the board, especially in the last few years with the change of director.
What was the Cherry Tree like?
Horrific. I didn't hang around.
But it's the best going. I don't understand.
Truth be known, the numbskull director decided I wasn't on their level.
And I see your pride stood up to the setback.
For one as gifted as myself, pride is not an issue. Call it clairvoyance. But I wasn't going to give up just because some ninny can't spot talent when it's laughing in their face. So I joined another academy, one capable of spotting my potential.
Another academy? Which one?
I'll tell you another time, if you ask nicely. I do like it when people beg.
You've picked the wrong girl. I was upset that Jade and I had argued. I'd promised to leave the academy, and I didn't like going back on my word, even if it was a promise taken in anger. The other pupils barely mentioned the episode. I had announced my intention to join Beechwood, and they felt betrayed. I could understand that. I was lost, caught between the desire to stay with my friends and my pride not to give in to Jade. I do confess that secretly I was falling under Esteban's charms. My fierce independence and icy cool manner melted at his contact, and the thought of staying with him, even in this winter world, particularly appealed to me. I could tell Jade was working on me to change my mind. A simple apology might have been enough, but she was as stubborn and as proud as me.
Without her, the team is too weak, as well as you know.
I know, but I can't force her. If she wants to make the biggest mistake of her life, then let her.
When does she want to leave?
She'll compete tomorrow and then join Esteban. Why did they let him out?
Doping horses doesn't merit life imprisonment.
But he humiliated me. He betrayed me. He deserves worse.
Your young protégée is very attached to her friends. I'm sure a simple sorry could make her change her mind.
You don't know what a charmer Esteban can be. When I was with him, wild horses couldn't tear me away. I'm stuck what to do.
Take time out, relax. That's what I came to tell you. There's a rock group playing tonight at a pub in town. Give it a go. I'm sure it'll do you good.
Wanna come too?
I think it's better you go alone. I've still got work to do. I'll join you later, maybe.
See you later then.
Jade,
Yes?
you still love Esteban, don't you?
You understand why he's so dangerous now? Good evening.
Good evening. Can I see your ticket, please?
Ticket? Oh no, just my luck. Where can I find one of them?
At this time of night, nowhere. You could always try our website for the date of our next concert.
I guess that's all I can do. Have a good evening. It's funny though. I'm sure I recognize the name of the group. Might as well visit the website mentioned on the poster and see if I'm right. No info on the group, only about the organisers. Anyway, the tickets are all sold out. And just for once, I really felt like having fun.
Is there a problem? You look down.
No biggie. I wanted a ticket to tonight's gig at the pub in town, but it's sold out.
Let's see. I know that place on the photo. It was taken right near here. That ticket will be easy to forge.
Really?
I'll go and take a picture of it if you want.
You do that even though...
Even though we haven't been best chums lately? Don't worry, I don't do hard feelings. Not for more than 5 minutes anyway.
Thanks very much.
I've only got a vague idea where the photo was taken, but I should be able to find it easily using the photo on the website. Good job! A bit of computer wizardry, and no one will notice the difference.
Fantastic! Thanks a bundle. You couldn't do the wizardry bit, could you? I'm not very good with computers.
That makes two of us. You should ask Samuel. He's a real pro.
Samuel, I've got a small favour to ask.
Always a pleasure to help a damsel in distress. Especially if the damsel is cute and red-headed like yourself.
Samuel, behave. It's very flattering, but remember I'm your teacher. You owe me respect.
Yeah, but only several years ago you were still a student.
I know. Sometimes I take myself too seriously.
And the favour?
Oh, yeah. I need you to help me forge a ticket for a gig.
Nice one. Miss Owe Me Respect joins the crime world.
It's just I love rock music and I wouldn't miss this concert for anything.
It's not really my scene, but for the love of music, I'll do anything.
Here's the internet address with the picture for copying.
Leave it with me and come back in a mo.
Jade, have you seen what's going on in town tonight? It's incredible! Splendiferous! The best day of my life, ever! What's going on? The Bloodflowers are playing tonight, down at the pub. Their singer is such a hunk! A total charmer. Totally. Woo!
Actually, someone did say something, and...
Sorry, got to go. The gig's going to start.
Wait! You mean you've got tickets?
Of course! What do you think? We wouldn't miss it for the world. Later.
Aurelie! Reckon they'll play My Favourite Monkey?
If they don't.
I'm so out of touch these days. Right, let's see where Samuel's at. That's incredible. Just like the real thing.
It's because it is the real thing.
You what?
I'm no computer geek. I said I'd help you on this one because Carol offered me a ticket.
But don't you want to go with her?
Like I said, not my scene. But it definitely looks like it's yours. So be my guest.
That's so sweet of you, Samuel. Thank you.
Listen, Missy. If you don't behave, I'm going to have to call security. No ticket, no party. Get it?
It just so happens I do have a ticket. Here.
How did you do that?
I bumped into Father Christmas.
You're the lucky one. Or the persistent one.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight from London, the new pop rock sensation, the new wave miracle. Let's hear it for the Bloodflowers.
Good evening.
Spike!
Wow, Princess, what are you doing here?
Jade knows Spike. You know what that means? Yup. Autographs!
And the other thing about Esteban is that he's trying to corrupt my best student. Poor girl doesn't know what she's in for.
Have you tried talking to her?
She's more stubborn than me. It's impossible.
More stubborn than you? That's impossible.
So in the meantime, I don't know what to do.
I'll talk to your girl and give her a glimpse of the real Esteban.
I don't know what you could say, but it'd sure help.
Trust me, I've an idea.
I'm sure you do. But please, do tell me about you. I thought you'd found true love with Wendy Summers in the US.
But music was always my first love. Horses were never my cup of rosy. Wendy worked out I was living her passion, not mine. So I made a break for it. Never forget her. She's still #1 in my hit parade.
Are you still in contact?
Distance makes the heart grow distant. When I left, Wendy was really blue. Me too. There was no point phoning just to say how much it hurt. Ever since I've been on the road, singing my pain to anyone who'll listen. The biggest laugh is people pay me.
People identify with suffering. The big thing is not to wallow in it.
What's up?
Listen to me giving advice I can't follow. I'm pathetic.
You're a star, Princess. We'll sort you out, don't worry.
Spike,
Yep,
it's great to see you again.
I've missed you, Princess.
For the first time, I felt sad at a competition approaching. It was the last one I would do with my friends. I had this sinking feeling I'd betrayed them, and somewhere it was true. Why was I acting like this? Pride? Love? Ambition? In any case, it wasn't through friendship, and I started to hate myself. This was going to be one tough competition. A month had gone by since our last competition, and apart from Carol, nobody was talking to me. How could I make them understand that that was not the best way to deal with me? If they wanted me to stay, I needed them to come right out and say it. The silent treatment just made me want to leave. Even now, I find it really hard to think back to that Christmas week. There are times in your life that are best forgotten, like the ones I'm about to relate now.
All right, we'll see you all in the video for week 4 coming next.